lights out in Brazil, and the race is underway. Nicolas Longuet ahead of Brendan Lee. They are having this sprint race to qualify for the celebs and the drivers later on. It's very close between Fabrizio Donoso and David Tanitza in the background, side by side with that battle for third place. But it's Nicolas Longuet with the lead. Brendan Lee, who won this race 1 week ago, pressuring as they go down the hill. They all seem to have got pretty nicely through turn number 1. Will it be kept clean and tidy as they go back up the hill?
Pure aggression for these 5 laps, as there's no strategy involved, just soft tyres and send it. Quali mode engaged. Nicolas Longuet on pole position. We saw in 2020 in the F1 Esports Pro Series. He stuck it on pole then as well for that brilliant little quali watch-along that we saw in the pre-show. And he is leading right now ahead of Brendan Lee and Fabrizio Donoso, his teammate, doing very well indeed. He's representing Nicolas Prost. Great to have him on the grid. And I imagine this is going to be a fight right down to the wire, Alex. You're not going to potentially want to be leading going into the final lap.
Yeah, you've really got to try and set that one up. Nicolas Longuet, who has the lead right now, 0.3 of a second. He'll be pleased with that opening lap. That has gone to plan. Brendan Lee seems to have a new lease of life, though, since he's joined this Ferrari team. Donoso going well for the Alpine entry today. Then it's Tanitza, and then Alessio Di Capo, who's been absolutely superb in P5 once again. And that is good news right now for Flow Street. Looking right now down to 12th position for Alvaro Carreton, who would put George Russell 12th on the grid at the moment. And George Russell's incredible run of 5 virtual GP in a row. Well, it's going to be a tough, tall old task from there.
Don't write him off, though. Here's Nicolas Longuet. Love it.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, I coined that phrase, but whatever. It's fine. He can take it. It's his name. But that was when he did an amazing move. It was in for the Dutch Grand Prix, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
It was a great move at Zandvoort in the F1 Esports Pro Series. He's got a little sign there. Absolutely love that. And an interesting driving position as well. Obviously running the Fanatec wheel, which is the highest wheel you could possibly want, the most feedback that you can get. But it's a strange driving position. Very upright, isn't it?
Yeah, he's almost leaning over the wheel. Whatever the position, it's working for him. His position on track, P1 right now, half a second, fastest lap, not too far to go. This is very, very exciting stuff for, well, are we about to have a comedian on pole? That is the big question that we've got ahead of us.
Tom Deacon will have something to say about that, I'm sure.
He's got a bit of competition at this round. So Longuet lead, Donoso, Tanitza, and then we go down to Marcel Kiefer, trying to turn 6th place into 5th. Kiefer qualifying for Alex Albon, Red Bull Racing for the Wings for Life charity, moving through this fantastically flowing middle part of the circuit. Great graphics here on board, but he can't do anything compared to the Williams. Williams qualifying for Flow Street right now, going to put it 5th on the grid. We're going to have an interesting lineup here. This is going to be the most mixed up that this format has given us so far.
You took the words out of my mouth there, Alex. I was just looking at who was representing who. We've got all kinds of drivers, probably the more talented in terms of pace. We've got George Russell down the field at the moment, and wow, Marcel Kiefer really has put on
It's the final night. It's the final night. Got to suit up.
He's outdoing us, so we're in the studio. Absolutely love that from Marcel. Currently running in 6th, DRS enabled. We're on the penultimate lap already, and Marcel Kiefer, I mean, he's putting out all the moves.
The classiest dressed gent on this broadcast is in the race. Ridiculous stuff in P6 right now. 2-second time penalty for Freddie Rasmussen. And Freddie Rasmussen right now at the back. He's actually headed to the pits and he's speeding in the pit lane. So that is not what Red Bull needed at all. Good response on the last lap from Brendan Lee. And Brendan Lee is trying to hunt down Nicolas Longuet, who has done enough so far, not too far away from the final lap now. And can Brendan Lee, we look at him right now in the bottom box, can he do enough to put the pressure on?
If you're not familiar with the F1 Esports Pro Series, these drivers are the best in the world. You will not see faster drivers on the F1 2020 game. Here's Brendan Lee in the slipstream of Nicolas Longuet. Doesn't look like he's going to get close enough as we head towards the final lap. But these drivers are... Well, actually, he's closing. He's closing.
Metre by metre by metre, looking into turn 1. He's going to have to go the long way round. Nicolas Longuet can't get it done, but he's going to put big pressure as they go back down the hill.
Goodness me, what an absolute toe Brendan Lee got in the second half of that straight. Now he's in the slipstream again. Longuet's going defensive already towards his left-hander.
Oh, he's hugging the inside line, and then he chops him off. but that's bringing the others into play as well. Longuet really on the defensive. Look at the intensity on Brendan Lee's face. He wants 2 sprint race victories in a row.
You're completely right about the new lease of life. Brendan looks to the inside, thinks better of it. It's an amazing little lineup we've got at the moment. Brendan Lee, he's going to have one final opportunity, the run up the hill. We saw he had a great toe, but there will be the finish line to stop him at the end of this race.
So Nicolas Longuet has had the lead for such a long time, and he's responded here. Can he stay ahead? All about the exit from Juncal corner. Looks to be a good one. Nicolas Longuet, you saw him put it on pole earlier on. He is going to put the comedian on pole for our race. He comes over the line. Nicolas Longuet wins the sprint race in Brazil and beats Brendan Lee. It might be an unusual driving position, but it's one that's taken him to first place.